So you guys are following this caravan,
Yes.
um, and you decided, was it when you make camp that you're going to
Just go around
investigate?
and talk to people, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Odds are your stops would be uh, maybe Dungannon and Reprieve.
If it's still there.
Yeah,
It hasn't been
Dungannon.
that long, but
Apollo,
Uh,
stop.
once you're stopped in Reprieve, you might then make your way around to Laven, probably to Syria, to the monastery, and then from there to Vaskia.
Okay.
gotcha.
The only way to really pass the Snowy Peak Mountains would be to go like around through the monastery, because trying to scale the mountains is almost impossible. They're very steep, and it's very dangerous up there. So
It's hellfire.
yes,
We might not even get all the way there, but we'll see.
We'll see how that goes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't we have to go that way anyway?
Yeah. Wasn't there
I think
something?
there is something up there, I'm pretty sure.
Do you mean the
Something up north, some weapon up north.
Mill's
Yep.
Garden?
So there are two.
Two.
There's one in Mylil's Garden over here that you know of, and one in Carnus's Solace that you know of.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all written.
Well,
in the book.
depending on how fast we figure this out and everything, we'll just kind of go from there, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys go through the Heartwood with the caravan.
Is my bay there?
I was gonna say, like, your trip through normally with a caravan of this size would be hindered by the density of the trees and by just the general lack of a real proper path through. But it seems almost as though, since your last time coming through, it feels like as you go through, the trees have shifted out of the way slightly so that you can pass through unhindered.
Thank
That's
you,
almost
bae.
what it seems like.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah, and I blow a kiss wherever she is.
As you guys are traveling through the woods, keeping a close eye and looking out, Faye, at one point a leaf falls down and just lands on your nose.
Aww.
Um,
I'll take that as a sign of affection.
yes. So you get through to the other side of the woods, and it gets to pretty late evening, early night, and they seem to go into Dungannon and make camp in the center of town, pulling up the caravan there. It's, like I said, Dungannon is a small town, probably no more than 20 people. And everyone there seems to be, like, the town does seem to still be just developing. They're building, they're making sure everything's, getting set up. And the people there, just from at a glance, they all seem a little bit better. Like, they all just seem like less stressed. They look like they've had a little more sleep. Yeah. Whatever, like, money hindrances they were encountering before seem to be easing up slightly.
Alright, that's good to know.
Good on them.
So,
Oh, no.
everyone here makes camp. They set up all the carts of the caravans kind of in a circle around a central point where they set up a it's kind of in the town center. There's almost like communal a fire pit, like a big stone bound one that you can light up, let flames reach up into the sky, and all sit around for warmth and light. And they've kind of gathered around that. They seem a little bit wary of the townsfolk here. Like, all the guards are kind of on edge and keeping an eye out and watching everyone really closely. And you can tell that it's kind of freaking a few people out. Like it looks like everyone's come out to enjoy the fire like they normally do, and then like all the guards are there and like giving them the eye, and it's kind of like unnerving them, and they're all going home.
Poor people.
Yeah, but yeah, you can tell like tensions are pretty high. Everyone's pretty on edge.
You could cut through it with a knife.
It might be a good moment for Gunther to play something.
Oh no.
Oh, absolutely. Now that you mention it.
Ty, what have you done? I thought the deal was that you were supposed to play at night.
Yes, but we're not trying to sleep currently.
Ah.
There's too much tension. I start playing.
Oh my god.
You roll a performance check.
Fucking
Terrific.
nailed it.
Oh my god!
The last two times I rolled that, I got a crit.
So, all of this bardic quote-unquote training that you've been doing with your mentor, Gartand, seems to be paying off in some way. You strum away at the lute, you play a melody that you guys had practiced for several hours, and most of the guards who were more or less had a hand ready at their sword this whole time. They all kind of sit around the fireplace and divert their attention from the fire over to you as you play. And you see them just kind of, you know, with their heads waver left and right to the tune, and their hands go away from their swords, and they all just kind of sit and relax. And the general consensus among them seems to be that your tune has just kind of reminded them that, okay, we're not in that tense, scary moment like we were before. Everything's okay now. We're out of there and we're on our way home. And everyone's kind of remembering that, and they're all relaxing.
That's good.
Yep. When you finish your song, it even gains a round of applause from the all the soldiers. Mind you, they're in plate mail, so it's just a lot of metal clanging together. But
I'll
applause.
do like any performer would do and take a nice bow.
Alrighty.
Like just say thank you. Because yes.
Would you say all of them just kind of relax?
Yeah, all of them are quite laid back now. They seem a lot more relaxed and chilled out.
What should we ask?
Should we split off into different groups?
Wouldn't it
Or-
be like? Wouldn't it seem weird if we all asked questions at the same time?
Yeah, that is
Maybe.
Who wants to give it a shot?
Well, where's the prince right now?
The prince is still in his cart, but you can see like the windows and the door are open toward the fire pit. They seem to be like keeping him there to make sure that nobody gets the jump on him and sneaks up on him or anything like that.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
He does actually have that sword die. You can see it like sitting beside him in the cart. He's kind of sitting on the lip of the cart, letting his legs hang down to almost meet the ground and just kind of kicking them back and forth. And just beside him, where he's sitting on the lip of the edge of the cart, you can see the handle of the sword glinting out from just beside him.
Nice.
Question, how's Moro right now?
Moro seems really chill.
So, okay.
Like he's just like curled up enjoying the fire and just listening to the music and relaxing. You could actually see while Gunther was playing, like you could see Moro's ears like flicking in different directions, picking up different pitches and tones. It seemed to ease him a lot as well.
Alright, I'll give you that good there. You calm down my doggo.
I was gonna say, I hope I didn't break your doggo.
His vicious attack beast, nipping at the heels of tied up merchants in the cart.
Maybe we can maybe what we can do is like kind of just sit around with like a group of the guards that are kind of like just kind of chilling and everything, and just kind of like ease our way into the conversation and then start asking questions.
Sounds like a good plan, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because
for
it would just seem weird. It just seemed weird if we just sat down and started asking questions. Just kind of ease our way into it.
And just like make conversation. Yeah.
Mhm.
Small talk.
So you guys go and approach one of the groups because the guards are all kind of sitting. They are sitting around the fire, but they're in little groups and just kind of chatting with one another. You see them kind of in like teams of 4. There's 3 groups of 4 that are there. And this is all of the guards are present currently, just around the fire. And you approach one of them, one of the groups, and so you're just going to sit with them, or?
Yeah, and then we'll just kind of like talk
small
for a bit. Yeah, make small talk for a bit.
All right. So you sit with them, and you notice that one of them, Faye, is the one that that you were speaking to in the government building, the one that took off his helmet and listened to the car, and the one you spoke to when they were at the caravan at the gates as well. He's there. And he kind of looks you guys over as you sit down. And you're like, introduce yourselves and stuff, and he goes, he kind of points at you. He's holding a they seem to have like little a small keg of what looks like it could be ale or some kind of drink that they're all each group has one, and they're kind of sharing that and eating their rations that they have brought on them along with them. And holding up his cup, he kind of points over at you, and he says, "I saw you in the building when we found the slime. You're the one that helped us out."
Yeah, I am. Nice seeing you again.
Yeah. So what's your deal? And he kind of like lifts up the cup and takes a drink.
My deal?
Yeah, like all you guys. Like, what's your deal? You're all just kind of here. What's going on? I don't mean like I know you guys are hunting this thing, but like, what's your deal, man?
What's your damage? Well, we all kind of met in Saria after and I'm kind of looking at the other group, like at the rest of the group, wondering if we should kind of like if I should say any more about the whole situation with
Maybe not.
But yeah,
maybe not. Let's just be like, we're buddies. We met.
We met in Saria, and we're just kind of traveling around and everything, and we just so happened to run into you guys.
Adventuring types, then. Okay. He has another drink. So you're not really homebodies then? You don't have a little place to call your own? You just kind of jump down to town, or?
I have a home.
I'm a traveling merchant. You just go around.
I don't know about you guys.
I have a home.
Go ahead.
I have a home, more or less.
More or less?
I'm just gonna try to like lead the conversation away from this.
Alrighty.
I abandoned my home when I became a sailor, so...
Okay. One of the sea. I don't have the legs for it myself. And he sort of like leans back and takes another lot of his drink, refills his cup with the small keg. And one of the other ones leans over. You can see this guy's got beside him, like he has a helmet with a feather in it. And he kind of leans over and he goes, "So, what we're like dealing with here? This thing, like, it can take the shape of other people. Like, what's?" like surely we'd be able to tell, right?
I'll leave that to Die to explain.
Right, I'm thinking maybe I don't want them to know everything we know.
Okay.
So I'm going to say we're not 100% on what it is that it could be, and that fiends are crafty and you'd be surprised things they get away with.
Well, that's not really reassuring. Well, you seem to kind of know what it is you're doing. If there's anything that we can do to help you figure this out, as long as it isn't something that involves the prince and harming him or anything like that, as long as we can protect him and figure out what this is, we're more than happy to help you.
Yeah, I'll just do the thing against him.
All right, and he one of the other guy that you were talking to before, who was asking about homes and all that, he finger guns you back in the background. But this guy with the feather in his hat, he reaches up to shake your hands, and he goes, "By the way, this group over here is Alpha. We'll help you out. Don't worry. If you have questions or anything like that, come to us. We'll help you with whatever your investigation entails."
Right. Thanks.
Nice.
Noted.
So, what do you guys do for the rest of the evening? These guys just kind of drink and chat and hang out. They start talking about back on the topic of homes. They start talking about like their homes back in Vaskir and talking about just kind of like things they do in their homes, like their little family unit.
Oh.
Does
anyone? Do you even have like little kids?
Yeah, one of them is talking about like he has 2 young daughters.
Oh.
That's the guy that gave you like the little finger gun as well. That guy there, he's talking about how he has 2 young daughters, and there's another guy in the group who's talking about how he has 2 dogs, and they're basically his kids.
And I like pet more. I'm like, yep, I know how that feels.
Yeah, and he points at you and he smiles. He's like, "See, she gets it. She gets it." They talk about how that guy with the dogs, he talks about how he could never really find a wife, and how the dogs is kind of his way of having his own little family. And they all talk about the more they talk and the more they drink, the more they talk about like the personal side of their lives. And yeah, they seem like pretty decent folks that are just earning a living, doing their job, yeah. Supporting whatever they call a family.
Right, so this is that one group, Alpha, or is this just everyone?
So there are 2 other groups. One of them, as you ask the guard captain here in Alpha, he points out, so over there is Bravo, the guys that are all hanging around the cart right now. And you can see the guy who's like leading Alpha, he's kind of like an older guy, bit of a mutton choppy kind of mustache going on.
Right.
Over in Bravo, who's currently closest to the cart, and they're kind of the ones that are around where the prince is and just kind of keeping watch for him. Those ones are led by a guy who has sort of long hair. He's kind of got quite slim features. And the other group, and he points across the other side of the fireplace, they kind of make a small triangle around the fireplace. He says that there is Charlie, and Charlie is led by a younger guy. He looks like he's probably in his 20s, and he seems quite big and bulky and strong.
What did they do?
Oh well, we kind of all work as a team and take shifts, but we got split up into smaller groups so that we had more management staff, like the captains, the 3 captains each have their own 3-man team. So all together, there's 12 of us. 3-man team, not including themselves, that is. And that way we could keep better tabs on everyone. And he kind of looks around at the rest of his group, and they all kind of look down at their drinks and frown. And he's like, yeah, but it doesn't seem to have entirely worked out.
What do you mean?
What happened? Yeah, what happened?
Oh, I mean,
I mean,
fucking, we had an assassination attempt, and there's like,
Oh, I thought like someone died, and I was like, oh shit! I stepped over the bounds.
I mean, someone very well could have. I mean, the prince could have died. It could have been a very close call. So we kind of panicked and got out of there.
Yeah.
I want to ask about the prince mentioned that guards are hired from this guild.
Yeah, he says, yeah, Sigil Shield. I think they do a similar thing in Syria. They have the guards there are all part of the guild. It's like I don't know, fighters, paladins, heavy armor, tough wielder kind of people. Tough weapon wielder people. They send us out on odd jobs and stuff. We can find jobs through the guild, but typically we end up working security. Just for the ones that are more home-bodied, I suppose. Most of the guys, and he points out across all the guys that are here in all the groups, so most of the guys that work security as guards, what have you, in Vaskia, maybe in even all the cities, they're all folks that more so have families they don't want to leave behind and go on bigger jobs. We kind of, more or less got forced into this one because of scheduling and making sure that we have to prepare the festival in time and all that kind of business.
Right. Do you all typically work together?
Yeah, usually.
Have you noticed anyone acting off, perhaps?
I couldn't tell you. And he kind of like leans in and he says, just between you and me. And he points over at that group Charlie that's kind of led by the big guy. He goes, one of their guys, the one on the right, and he points at one guy who's kind of got his hair tied back up in a bun. Kind of looks like yeah, kind of. He kind of looks like a chiseled sort of dude. You can see that it's more so because of the helmet that he wears it up like that. Like it's commonplace for them to tie it all up into a little knot and then have that inside the helmet. And you see him sort of point at him. And it's just that guy there. I'm not a big fan. And you can see the rest of the unit here in Alpha. They all kind of like shake their heads and roll their eyes. Yeah, he says just keep an eye on that one. I don't like him. There's something about him. And he's pointing at that one guy. He looks pretty like chiseled. Like he's a pretty good looking dude. Keeps pretty fit. But the rest of the team just kind of, you see them sort of shake their heads and look at you, and they kind of like swipe their fingers at their necks and just kind of like don't worry, don't listen to him. Giving you that kind of look.
Yeah. So the guards that were with the quote unquote prince, that the guy in the room that we found.
Yep.
Not the actual prince.
Yep.
They're here, right, in this group, or is it just one of them?
Yeah, that was Alpha. That was us.
Okay. Right. So when you left for the government building, the prince, okay?
I mean, for the last few days that he's been here, he's seemed kind of And he kind of looks at the rest of the group, and they kind of shrug and slowly nod their heads. And he goes, "Yeah, there's something has been off about him. He's seen really flippy floppy. Like some days he's the usual self that we all know him as, and then some days he's I don't know. He seems really straight back, formal, more aggressive in a way, I suppose."
Right.
So how does he normally act?
Well, and he looks over at him. You can see the prince sitting there, and he's looking down at his feet, and he's kicking them back and forth as he's sitting in the carriage, just like because his feet can't quite reach the ground.
Even
Sort of kicking his feet. Yeah, he's kicking his feet
This
back.
guy's
and
like in his 20s. He acts like he's a kindergartner.
Yeah, he kind of nods over at him there, and he goes, "He's like that normally. This is kind of
Really?
how he's always been. He's been brought up with a silver spoon in his mouth, so he." Look, he says that he can defend himself. He kind of brags about that, but his father signed him up for swordsmanship lessons. He attended about half of them. He wasn't really good at it, but he held a sword, and that kind of made him feel like he was cool, I guess. I don't know. He can't wield that thing to save his life. He can't. There's no way. That's why we were all here. But
Yeah.
he's a really polite person. He's always been taught good manners, always been reinforced in that way. He's really just a good kid. He's never really had to grow up from being a kid, really, because everything's kind of been handed to him. But I don't know. I kind of like that about him. He's as long as he stays like that and he stays in the good way that he is, that's fine to me.
Okay. Well, no, I was just asking because I kind of felt like I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh, where might that be?
Well, and I'm looking at the group and I'm like, well, I felt like I've seen him before in Reprieve. We kind of ran into him at one point. We didn't speak to him or anything. It's just he looked very familiar. And the last time we saw him, he wasn't acting like how he's acting now. He was more upfront and, well, I hate to say it, but kind of rude. He was like asking for like, oh gosh, what was it? Was it battle axe? I can't remember. Was it battle axe?
Warhammer, I believe.
Warhammer. Yeah, it was like a warhammer, and he was just giving this, this blacksmith such grief for it not being done on time, and does he normally act that way when something like that doesn't go his way, or is that just
all look at each other like they look completely shocked, and they say we're the ones that went with him to Reprieve. What was her name? The dwarf. The other guy, Arkside, was a Glan Mayhilda, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's the one. We went in there. We picked up the sword that he had ordered. I don't know anything about a battle axe personally or a warhammer, but we went in there because he'd ordered a sword.
a sword?
Oh, a
Yes.
sword.
When we arrived, I don't know. She seemed really on edge with him. I don't know if that was just her demeanor or what, but when we went in there, yeah, he was well behaved. He was polite, and we didn't see any of you guys there.
Huh.
We went into the store with him and everything.
That's strange, Nate. And then I'm just like, maybe it was just someone else. I mean, obviously it's not, but I'm just kind of leading the conversation to something else. But maybe it was something else. Now, question. I just this is just out of context and everything, because I remember when we were in Reprieve last time and we saw him. There was an old guy in a cart. Is there an old guy here present with us right now?
So the old guy
Yeah,
that you
the
saw
way
was
we
a little old halfling man, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Is he present?
No, he is not.
Huh. So, and then I just kind of I'm like, well, I mean, it kind of makes sense because, the guy that we saw, he was accompanied by a little old halfling guy, and I obviously don't see him here. So, maybe, and I showed him like maybe it was just someone else, but it looks strikingly like the resemblance is very, very shocking. Like it's almost like a picture perfect kind of thing. But maybe I'm mistaken.
And the guard sort of looks at the rest of his unit, and he says, without looking back, he says, like, so it looked just like him, except kind of rude and belligerent.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
The rest of them kind of like slowly nod, and the guard captain nods as well, and he goes, yeah, that seems like what we've been dealing on and off with. There's a possibility that both of them were in town in Windmere at the same time. Because it kind of tended to change from day to day. Like there was one day we were with him where he was his normal, and he points over and you can see him now. He's now standing in front of the Bravo guys holding the short sword that Dai had given him, and he's like sort of play fighting with it against like one of the guard captains who's like really sort of like, all right, come on, kid, relax.
Oh my god.
He's like, well, and then there were some days where he would go out and he would be really stern and he'd act really spoiled. And it's not like him at all. It's very strange. So whatever this thing is, if it did take the shape of him, odds are that's what it thought he was like.
So that means this thing hasn't had the chance to study Prince.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense that maybe it might have gotten his looks down, and
not actually.
it might have gotten an idea of like, oh, royalty. I know royalty.
So
but it might not have actually studied his personality.
It wouldn't be someone who's been around the prince a long time.
Who's the newest? Yeah, who's the newest guy here? Or you guys all got hired on at the same time?
Well, I mean, we've all more or less been here for many years. The newest guy would probably be Frank, and he points over to Bravo, which is the guy that's kind of like, all right, relax, kid, like chill.
Oh, okay.
He goes, that guy there, he's only been with us for 4 or 5 years.
Well, that's long enough.
And he hasn't been acting strangely or anything, has he?
No, he's same old stubborn self, really.
So just the one guy you were talking about earlier has been kind of weird.
What?
Yeah, just keep an eye on him.
With him, what happened?
He's not trustworthy, and it's at this point that the rest of the guys in the squad go, all right, look, he's all right. Don't take that at face value. The reason he's suspicious of him is because like the guy's been kind of flirty with his wife. Like he's like, he's obviously not trustworthy. Like he's really
dude
hates the guy.
Come on now.
Yeah.
He says, look, he can't be trusted, okay? So just keep an eye on him. And the rest of the guards just kind of like close their eyes and shake their heads.
With this, I want to quote the Anon message I got last night.
Jesus.
What was it again? I would give you dick, but hitting a taken woman is just wrong.
Woman.
Yeah.
Not woman.
hitting on a taken women. Like, yeah, good job, mate. You Muppet.
Amazing.
Yeah.
God.
Has it been an experience?
Yeah.
What an idiot. Anyway.
This guy's such a fucking creep. Yeah. Right. Right.
So, yeah.
Am I still feeling anything?
Getting in tune with that sense that you had, yeah. It's here in the camp, whatever it is. It's here with you guys in Dungannon.
Right. So at least that we know.
Hmm.
Okay. What should we?
Maybe we should kind of like call it a night, but just kind of meet up and kind of gather our intel.
We should do like
Or should we go to each group? Would that seem suspicious though?
Probably.
yeah, maybe
You know,
We can-
one or two people.
maybe some of us just retire for the night and someone goes hang out with them. That might be a bit more.
We could also do like turn.
Because
take
we're gonna be
turns
yeah.
We can take turns too, and whoever's awake can chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Might be wise to do 2 people at once, though.
Yeah, I was going to say definitely 2 people. Like someone can be just chatting and someone else can be just watching.
Yeah.
It's good
Well,
to me.
It
Well,
might be a
I
good
don't
idea to
have to
point
sleep.
out. It might be a good idea to point out at this moment, Diana and Faye. You guys had been up all night the night before watching these guys,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're tired.
so you guys are pretty wrecked.
Yeah, I think we should probably take the first turn and get some sleep.
Yeah.
And let Gunther and Lasire do something about it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sounds good to me.
All right. So we'll
Yeah,
do that.
this is the same day that I got back to Windmere, right?
Yep, same day.
Okay, yeah, it should be good.
Alrighty. Alright, so Faye and Diana both tuck in for the night and get some rest. The guards there, they give you a they basically have all these bedrolls set up around the campfire where they can sleep for the night. But yeah, so the 2 of you get some sleep, and Gunther and Lazira stay up. You notice that 2 of the guard teams, Alpha and Charlie, they both get their rest, and Bravo is staying up and guarding the prince.
Okay. I'll go talk to him.
Alrighty.
So I was just kind of approaching. Hello, how are you guys doing?
And they kind of look you up and down, and all of them, like in unison almost, they all just kind of give you the chin up kind of half nod.
Talkative bunch.
They're pretty in sync, aren't they? So how are you all doing?
They all look at each other, and they look back at you, and they're just kind of like, well, we were a bit on edge before, but a little bit better now, at least.
That's good to know.
Hmm.
So how long have you been doing this? Like, work as a guard?
Forever, really. Most of us here have been doing this since, well, the prince was just a young kid, and he thumbs back over his shoulder, and you can see inside the cart, the prince has his own sleeping bag, sort of bedroll thing with the royal insignia on it, and he's just lying there in bed, just sleeping. Still by his side is Diana's short sword.
At least he's got that.
Hmm.
Better not hurt himself with it. That's just me talking to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make a threatening comment, you
I
know,
wouldn't do that.
from the
Better
guard.
not hurt himself. Like, oh, you're
And then
trustworthy.
like fucking die and like Faye wake up and like it's just like a fucking slaughter.
Oh no, everything's on fire.
Like, why?
He left you alone for 10 minutes.
To get the pizza.
It's like Don't Starve all over again.
Jeez. What else did I want to ask?
These guys, it's worth noting, Alpha seemed like a pretty run-of-the-mill, average kind of bunch. These guys look a little more stoic, kind of more tough and quiet, the strong silent types.
So they're kind of people that don't like do small talk much.
Yeah, kind of. They look like they're more hired for their intimidation factor than anything.
Those sound like tough customers.
Yep.
Right. I actually
Intimidation
don't have
contest.
See,
You're saying sorry?
the thing is, I don't actually know what I wanted to ask them. I just kind of showed up and improvised stuff. So, what do you guys know about the situation that went on in Windmere earlier?
They all kind of look at each other.
I kind of came in late.
They were like, "Well, we were the group that were at the inn guarding that, where the prince was staying when it happened, and they swung by and grabbed us on the way out. Bravo over there were they were the ones that were guarding the caravan."
Wait, am I not talking to Bravo right now?
Oh, I thought you went over and spoke to Charlie. Oh no, it is Bravo, isn't it? That's standing in front of the thing. Charlie's the one's over there.
That's
My
what you said
mistake.
earlier.
My mistake.
Oh, no worries.
Bravo's the one that's having a rest over there. Or Charlie's the one having a rest over there. Fuck me dead. Yeah, they were the ones that were guarding the caravan at the time, and us here in Bravo were at the inn when that happened in Windmill.
Okay. So you pretty much know as much as I do, I'm guessing.
Yeah, more or less.
Ugh. Yep.
All right. Just like a big, long, awkward silence between all of you guys, or just standing around.
Because I'm just like standing there, like, what do I ask? What do I talk about? Jeez.
Mhm.
Sarah, I need your help. More like I don't know what, like, really talk
Seduce
about.
them. Seduce one of them.
Me?
Why not?
I mean,
How's your charisma?
pretty great, but I'm not into that.
Gosh.
You
don't have to be. Yeah, you don't have to be. You just have to, like, seduce one, and hopefully one swings that way, and you can get some info. We're not asking you to fuck him. We're just asking you to, like, flirt.
Yes, but
Jesus.
I don't think Gunther is into that anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Christ.
We could possibly all be dead, but Gunther can't, pretend to flirt for like 10 minutes.
What would seducing them even get us?
Yeah, exactly.
Lystira, you're a woman. You can seduce them.
Oh, I would if I knew what it would get us.
Answers?
Money.
What would it get? What would it get us? Like laid by a guard. That's all it would.
That's about it. That's all
what
I see out of it.
what? Okay. What answers exactly are we trying to get out of this? Just so I know where we're going with this.
We're just trying to figure out which one of these guys is
The doppelganger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Because
All
one of
right.
them obviously is.
I have an idea. So, do you guys like traveling?
They all kind of look at each other and no, not really.
Oh. Well, you must have traveled quite a bit anyway, so have you seen any places you kind of like that you liked?
they
That seemed
They look at each
interesting in
other.
a way.
they all kind of look at each other and they're like, Laven was pretty sketchy, and they all kind of chuckle. One of them arcs up like, "Oh, I wanted to pick a fight with that one guy so bad," and they all kind of laugh.
Yeah, it was a sketchy place. I've been there. You guys ever been to Reprieve? It was pretty interesting.
They all nod. And, yeah, we stopped in on our way through.
What was it like?
It's a town. There's not a lot to do. There's a library. That was about it. I mean, they wanted to stop and check out this this blacksmith that was there.
Oh
I don't know.
yeah.
Alpha said that they'd seen her before. I don't know. I don't know if they wanted to buy something or if they wanted to talk to her. I don't know. We didn't end up stopping for very long.
So I'm assuming you didn't get to visit the blacksmith. Ah, that's too bad because she was very friendly.
Oh, no. I have to remember that going through.
Yeah, and she makes really good quality weapons. I recommend you maybe like try and commission her on something. Tell her I
Yeah,
sent
and
you.
they all look at each other and they all start nodding like, "Oh, cool." Like
Tell her I sent
they
you
seem to
guys.
like genuinely have no idea.
They have no idea.
So none of them are acting off.
Not really.
Why do you guys seem like a friendly bunch? It seems like something I probably don't even need to say because it just I don't know.
It's you take note that everyone here in Bravo is like real big, tough, heavy guys. The guy who has the feather helmet, the little captain in charge of Bravo, he's kind of more of a slim built kind of guy. He's got long hair. He doesn't seem all that intimidating, but he has kind of an intimidating voice.
Aw.
Like he sounds intimidating, but he doesn't seem to have like the stature for it. So maybe he's the talker of the bunch. He's the one you've been speaking with mostly. The rest of them are just kind of like grunting and nodding.
Can I just roll insight, see if I notice anything about them?
Sure.
Anything like out of place?
Mhm.
Because I'm going nowhere with my questions.
Alrighty.
At least I feel like I am.
One thing that you do tend to notice when you ask these questions is, hey, have you been to Reprieve? Where was your favorite place? You know, that kind of stuff. You're looking at them and they all start nodding. They're not exactly in perfect sync like they were with the first little head nod. One guy in particular, one of the bigger guys, sort of a more muscle bound dude. He's kind of a shaven head. He seems to be looking at all the others and nodding just after they nod ever so slightly. He didn't really have an input apart from he was the one that said like I wanted to pick up a fight with that one guy in Laven, and everyone kind of had a bit of a laugh. But yeah.
So he's the one that seems probably the sketchiest out of those guys.
Why don't you ask about that situation in Laven?
Yeah. So hey, you said something about Laven earlier about how you wanted to pick a fight with a guy. What was that about? I'm curious. I like stories.
So they, the other guys kind of throw their heads back and have a bit of a chuckle, and they all look over at him, and you see that he kind of seems a little put on the spot, and he's like, "Oh well, yeah, just a guy that was causing trouble. One of the town drunks ran into us. Wanted to just show that he was tougher than us, I suppose. I don't know." And one of the other guys arcs up and he goes, "Didn't he say that he that he like did something with your mother? I don't. And he just kind of goes, yeah, well, you know, shakes his head.
Oh my god.
He was probably drunk. He probably took you for a challenge.
Yeah, folks often do.
I wonder what he looked like.
The drunk guy, or
Yeah, maybe if
I like
they're
how I like how you
answers.
two are speaking. And maybe were you two
No,
sleeping?
no. I was just trying to like,
No,
you know,
I
like I was like,
understand. I was making a joke.
maybe they would, you know,
Hmm.
yeah.
So what did
Maybe
that
they
guy
would
look
know.
like?
he's a scrawny dude, dirty clothes, bald, bit of a beard, more of a scruff, really. But you know, like most of the folks in Laven,
And
you know that Laven's like a really densely populated place, despite the fact that it's
super sketchy.
so dangerous and sketchy. Like it's all low income kind of dodgy folks that more resort to crime than anything, and they all seem to live, despite it being like a town. It's quite crammed together. It has quite a decent population, so he could be talking about one of tens, maybe hundreds of people.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't ring a bell. I don't remember seeing a guy like that, but maybe I did.
Maybe lots of them. It's Laven.
Yeah, he kinda
Maybe I saw a
chuckles,
few lined up like in the alleyways.
He kind of chuckles and goes, the common rabble there, and they all
Yeah, I
laugh.
get that. Well, it's been fun talking to you guys. So I'll just kind of like...
Yeah, the skinny guy with the long hair, the captain, he goes, "Hey, if you figure anything out, tell us."
Yeah, no worries.
Okay,
And I just kind of wave.
all
And I
right.
go.
No one really waves back. They all just do the exact same, like chin up kind of nod. Yeah.
I just shoot them all a glance as I leave and see if they react at all.
All right. You like an intimidating one, or do you mean just kind of looking him over?
Intimidating enough that it might get a response, but not so much that it would imply anything.
Yeah. All right. So roll a intimidation check real quick, or a performance, either one. Perfect. All right. So you glance back at them all and give them a little bit of a look. You kind of give them a bit of a look that would say like, "I'm suspicious of you," but you not like so obvious about it. Jesus, that sounded like the
Was that
fucking
a whip
Spider-Man
crack?
video.
Someone was
That
whipping
was a bit-
someone.
I thought that was like a whip cracking.
Same.
No, Savvy dropped my phone.
Oh no!
No!
I thought it was like the Spider-Man
like-
video.
She like fucking like is like, pay attention to me.
Oh no!
I was looking away, so I have no idea what happened.
Trade everything.
She's not sure what happened either. Good job. Okay, okay, sorry.
Yeah. So you
Oh my god.
you look back at them, and you kind of shoot them all the look, and none of them seem to really react. They all kind of look a little bit puzzled. But yeah.
All right.
So basically, as I return to like where the Syro was, I guess, pretty much just
Yep,
like
you guys
mentioned
group up
that,
later.
like when we were far away, like I just kind of whispered like this guy with the bald head seemed kind of sketchy.
Yeah, yeah, I can kind of tell what you mean.
I mean, he's bald.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. I'm
I was
kidding.
talking about the dissonance of his voice and his appearance, but that's okay too.
Yes, that's what I was referring to. I was just. I was just.
Sure you were. You just have like a fucking like vendetta against
I
bald
got a prejudice.
people.
I got a prejudice against bald people, I guess.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
I don't trust him. Why? Because he's bald. If that's the case, Kay, then you obviously don't trust your mom's boyfriend.
No, Dave is great. He's an exception, and so is my uncle.
He's fine. He has a. It's totally fine. He has a wig. It's okay.
No, he's just bald.
I have plenty of bald friends.
Yes.
I can say that. I have bald friends.
Like that.
So, you guys have sort of recouped elsewhere in the camp where you're away from the others.
Yeah. Just
Um,
kind of like watching around,
Mhm.
keeping guard like I probably would.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys, are you guys gonna stay up for the rest of the night and then have everyone else kind of sleep for the night and then wake up in the morning and then continue, or are you guys gonna switch out, or what's going on?
How long has it been right now? Because I only meditate.
Yep, it's probably only been about an hour.
Okay, so I'm still out for a bit.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
can just wait and then
If
switch
anything.
because it would be ideal for someone to be
At least one
awake at all
person.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, I can stay awake some more, and maybe like Lizar can take the first of our like between the two of us. Like she could take like the second turn of guard between us.
Yeah, because
After all the walking, she probably is kind of beat now.
Yeah, and you guys are
Yeah.
super dead tired, so probably let you sleep except for Faye because she only meditates.
Yeah.
So maybe Lazara and Faye can switch out, or
Yeah,
and Di can sleep through the night.
Mhm.
Because Diana
and
still needs
Gunther
the 8 hours.
Gunther can still wait till Faye gets up.
Alrighty.
I mean, I've been in town pretty much the whole time.
yeah, it's just
You're
been
fine.
He's kind of been like playing music and chilling in the inn, so
Yep.
okay. Alright, so you guys switch out the shift. Yeah. So is it Lazira that goes to sleep now and Faye wakes up?
I think.
Yeah.
Alright, so Faye and Gunther are up.
Alright. I asked if he got any more intel.
Not really, unfortunately, but yeah, I have kind of an odd feeling about the one bald guy over there.
What's wrong with him?
He kind of like when I was asking questions, it's just his reaction time was kind of odd. It's like he was unsure, like of how to react. Like he looked at his companions first before reacting.
Huh. That is a bit concerning. Well, there's still one more group that we need to talk to, right?
Yes, and we don't have
Why don't
proof
we-
yet.
No, maybe we should speak with the next group and see and like kind of gather our info.
You should bring Moro with you.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do that.
Nice.
He's currently curled up by the fire,
Mm-hmm.
having a snooze.
I walk over and just kind of pat him awake.
He blearily wakes up and stands to
But
his
this-
feet and has a bit of a stretch.
Oh, he's such a good boy. Yes, I'm gonna baby talk this dog every time I have a chance.
And that's totally fine.
Good. You're like, no, you're not allowed to. I'm like, why? It's a dog.
No one can not talk like that to a dog.
Moro is my baby.
So, you wake up more. What are you guys going to do?
we're gonna talk to the last group.
They're all lying over there sleeping. Do you want to wake them
Yeah.
up, or
No, we probably should wait till they wake
no,
up.
probably not a good idea.
Would seem suspicious to just go wake them up too.
Yeah.
Are they all asleep right now, or which ones are awake?
Yeah. All of them, all in Alpha and Charlie are asleep. It's only Bravo that's awake now. It
Hmm.
looks like they were given like the night shift for this run. They'll probably switch over in the next one. The next stop.
The next camp.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Actually, wondering something.
What did you want to do?
Well, that's just me personally, because I was wondering if any of the animals in which I can transform my familiar into could help with any of that. Oh shit, the lights flickered. I don't like that.
You guys, I had an idea.
What?
I assume there would be horses.
Mm-hmm.
Faye can talk to animals.
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Shit, fam.
The horse would have
Good
seen
thinking.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one would ever
Probably
suspect a
We
horse.
start with But the thing is, I can only cast it on one animal, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I have to
It's
choose
not-
wisely.
Let me check real quick.
I believe it's only one animal.
I think it's on oneself, isn't it?
Let me check real quick. Speak with animals. You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts. It is self. It is, yeah. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
the knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or
Mhm.
have perceived in the last day, whatever. You might be able to perform or persuade your beast to perform a small favor for you at the DM's discretion. Destiny.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. I'm gonna cast Talk with Animals on
Alrighty.
myself,
Okay.
and then I think I will. Ooh, I wonder. Am I allowed to approach the prince's carriage and talk to its horse?
Yeah.
All right. I was just wondering. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So you approach the just so you know, basically this is like two horses at the front carrying all three carriages, and then you have the other horses on either side with the guard that rolls with them at the time. So the horses pulling the prince's carriage are the ones that are pulling the entire caravan.
all right.
It's just two horses that are pulling it all.
So
and they're at
they're
the
okay.
front. Yeah.
All right. So I approach the two horses and kind of give them a pat and everything. Well, I actually kind of make sure that they aren't going to be spooked or anything with me first
Yeah.
because, yeah.
No, they seem pretty content. They've actually you saw that earlier the guards pulled out a small it's almost like a tied together bale of just like horse feed that they can chew on. And they've just like laid that out for them. They seem to do that when they make camp. They'll put one block out, and the horses can all share it and have a bit to snack on and keeps them calm. So they're kind of standing around and chewing on that, and looking at each other.
Yeah, so I'm gonna approach and pet them and stuff like that, and then I'm going to ask like, have you seen anything strange lately?
One of them, they're all kind of just like have a mouthful of feed, and they're all just chewing really goofily. You know the way horses chew.
Yeah, that's nah.
Yeah, that kind of thing. One of them looks over and he says, "Thought I saw a tree lady in the woods."
That's my girlfriend.
He looks completely disinterested in the fact that it was your girlfriend.
Oh, damn.
It's like he couldn't give a shit if he tried. Like he kind of looks. They all kind of look a bit like dopey, kind of sleepy.
What I mean is, like, before we went to the Heartwoods, like when the prince arrived and like all that stuff transpired earlier today, did you see anything strange? Like maybe like a black, like fleshy blob kind of person?
They all look at each other, look back. One of them's like, "Yo, we can't see color, man."
I said black.
I think the collar.
He
What
says,
did they see?
"Didn't really see any dark folks. No,
Nothing at all.
no."
Nothing strange in particular.
Are all the
Has-
guards fucking human?
Has any of your handlers been acting strange?
Just to answer your question, all the guards are human and half elf.
Mhm.
In this lot, they look over at each other, and they look back and they're like, haven't really noticed, to be honest.
Nothing at all. Well, first of all, has the
Yeah.
prince been acting strange than normally?
Before you say that, though, one of them says, like, well, Sparky says that his ride has been a pain lately.
Sparky,
And
which
you
one's
see-
that?
You see one of them kind of like pull up from the hay bale, like pulling up like some of the stuff free with its teeth and awkwardly trying to eat it. And he goes, "Yeah, he's put on weight. He got heavier."
Well, I mean, I'm not sure that's what. Okay,
It could mean something. You
it
don't know.
could. Well,
Which guy is his rider?
do you think it's possible that maybe the shapeshift, the doppelganger, can the doppelganger turn into animals?
That's a good question.
Every time the background noise, there's like a wolf like howling. I kept thinking it was my cat like yowling. I was like,
Yes!
"What's wrong?" I was like, "What's wrong with my cat?"
It's the nearby heartwood sort of sounds of the forest while the campfire goes. That's what I'm going to play it off as anyway.
I
So,
was like, why is my cat angry?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, "I'm not doing anything. My cat's like growling at me."
I'll get you to roll a nature check real quick.
All right. Blah, 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 blah. Oh shit. Okay. Oh fuck! This touchpad so much.
Yay for laptops. From what Dai has told you, and from what you can make sense of about this creature, it would have to be like a humanoid. Like it would have to be something that's bipedal, and it could feasibly take the shape of that's close enough to a human shape that it can, just kind of make the details work.
Actually,
Something like a giant, for example, it probably wouldn't be able to take the form of it, or like something little like a halfling, probably not.
Well, actually, I kind of have another like idea. Like, I kind of have like an idea to ask that horse. So, I'm just gonna say thank you to the other two horses, and then approach Sparky. And just kind of like approach him carefully, just kind of pat him and everything, and say, "How are you doing?"
He turns his head back around and looks at you as you pat him and goes, "Yeah, not bad.
Not
They
bad?
got better feed. It's good." And he just
Better.
keeps chewing.
Better feed. Well, that's good. So have you noticed anything strange lately during this whole trip?
All right, I put on weight. And the
Okay,
other
but
one of the other ones kind of arcs up. He goes, "Sparky, they knew that." He goes, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah. Wait, what? Which one, what? Oh, okay. I was just gonna ask, like why he was gaining weight. Like, has he been gaining extra food, or has someone been? Oh no, I know.
He continues chewing and he goes, complains to the others about his wife a lot. That's probably why.
Oh,
Oh no.
jeez. I already know who this horse belongs to. Anyways, oh shoot, what was I gonna ask? Anyways, I mean, I might as well ask. Who is your writer, by the way?
And he sort of like whips his head over and sort of like flicks his chin up kind of dopily over at the Charlie Squad guys. He goes, oh, the one there, head looks like a show horse. And you take that to mean that he means the guy whose hair's bunched up in a bun at the back.
Mm.
Isn't that the same guy the older guy in Alpha mentioned?
Yeah, to say that like
Yeah,
he was
same guy.
not to trust him.
Yeah, because he was flirting with his wife.
Mm. Interesting. Has your writers been saying anything weird lately besides his wife, or?
Talks about the other guy's wife.
Talked about the other guy's wife. Does this guy have a wife? Why am I asking? Just try and get this guy's relationship info.
He's like, he sounds like he has one.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah, sounds like he likes the other guys. I don't get
Oh my
it personally.
goodness.
And he just kind of
Jeez.
goes back down, head back down, and starts chewing on more food.
Hmm.
Is it complicated?
I think
Yep.
hard.
Yeah.
Is there any other horses, or were those two horses, or?
There's 2 horses, and there are other ones just kind of scattered about the campsite.
Oh man,
that are
this
the
is gonna
ones
take.
that are-
Yeah.
Yeah, these ones are all kind of like for the like there's Sparky and there's the 2 other guys, the 2 other horses that are here. And they're sort of clustered into like groups of 3.
Mhm.
About 4 groups of 3 where they're all feeding on the one little bale in each group.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Do I notice any horses are acting strangely, like they're spooked or anything like that?
not that you can tell actually. Typically with a horse you are able to tell pretty easily if one of them gets
Yeah.
spooked or if one's kind
Yeah.
of on edge or freaked out. They all seem totally calm.
Mm,
Odds are they just don't even know what's going on.
that's true. Mm. How long has that? How long has it been since I've been like talking to the horses?
Probably about 10 minutes or so.
10 minutes. Okay. I was just like, oh, maybe the other guys are like, nope, just kidding. No, they're not.
If anything, we can just wait it out a bit.
Yeah, it may be best to just kind of question the other groups when we get to the next camps, next camp and everything like that, and just keep an eye open for anything suspicious along the way.
Do you mean
Between
me or the
Dungannon
horses?
and
Yeah, Dungan and our next stop is that Reprieve.
Yep.
You know what we could do is actually when we get to Reprieve, we could actually see if we could talk to Glenn. She may have more answers.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
I mean, just ask all the questions, Oh, I just had a really good idea, but we can't ask right now because everyone's asleep.
Write it down.
Remember, remember the circus?
Hmm.
If anyone doesn't remember it, that's a really good key point. See if anyone remembers that, because that was wait, was that around the time that we met him, or was that later?
I think that was later.
Yeah,
Never
oh,
mind
you're
then.
right. It was after the mines, I think.
Right, they would have been gone. Just kidding. But the
It's
thing
worth
is, though,
asking,
well, yeah, because the thing is, though, because that was obviously a different guy. Maybe they came after.
The thing is, we don't know when they showed up. We just know
Well, no,
It-
but we still can ask though, because it may be a good,
I should have asked that. Forgot to
Yeah.
ask about that. I didn't think about it.
I mean, we need all the intel we can get in order to kind of like figure out what's going on.
Yeah. All I'm gathering is that this thing joined them at some point before or during their stay in Reprieve.
hmm
That's as far as I can tell, really.
I feel like we'll get a lot more answers in Reprieve, to be honest.
Yo.
Mhm.
definitely.
And I have business to do there too.
Oh goodness.
Oh no.
Well, are you guys gonna wait until morning then? And
Yeah, because I got
So?
nothing.
I might take a nap at some point.
Mhm.
I mean, I could just take over and he can go to sleep. I don't mind.
Sounds
I'm already
good.
awake.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
alrighty.
And if there's
So-
anything wrong, you just let me know.
I'll yell at the camp's on fire.
Obviously.
So Gunther's gonna have a short rest
Yes.
and then wait for everyone to wake up in the morning.
Mhm.
I'll get Faye to make a perception check while Gunther's asleep,
Okay.
and suddenly you die. No,
A meteor is
Not-
falling.
Not with that roll, she
You
doesn't.
get one, and then
no, that roll.
Just
No,
explodes.
you
spontaneous human combustion.
Elven.
when a player leaves a campaign, you don't know what to do with their character.
Combust.
Blow 'em up.
Jesus.
It just explodes suddenly. The
They
end.
died in a freak accident.
Yeah. Final destination. The as you're up during the night, you notice that all of the Bravo squad that's like hanging by the cart, they're all just watching you.
That's unsettling.
It is real Children of the Corn shit. It's real creepy.
Oh my god.
Anyway. They leave you alone though. They don't leave their post. They all stay there.
Jeez. I'll definitely let the other group know about that when they wake up.
Okay. All right.
Maybe
well,
they were just like, dude, she's kind of hot.
I'm a lesbian.
they don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know that.
They don't know
Faye,
that.
the lesbian.
I have a tree girlfriend.
I'm sorry. I'm taken.
Whenever
Did you
anyone says hello to Faye, she's like, I have a girlfriend.
I'm taken. God.
It's like she opens like it's actually opens every dialogue with someone. So hi, I have a girlfriend. Like, and then continues with the talk.
It's like those girls are like on Twitter and like they're just like, oh man, I really want a boyfriend. The guy's like, hi. She's like, I don't like you.
I want a boyfriend
That's
like
fake.
this guy. The guy in question shows up. No, not you.
I'm the actual guy in the
Literally
picture. I fucking thought that was hilarious because like she's like, I want a guy just like this, and then the actual guy that was in the picture was like, hey, and she's like, not you. He's like, but I'm the actual guy. Like, what do you want?
Nothing, apparently.
Jesus.
Alright, so morning rolls around, all the guard units wake up, pack up their things and get ready to head off. And it's at this point that I think it'd be an alright time to
Mhm.
call the session.